Dear researcher, in this video I would like to talk about data management, how we could manage our data through STATA software, plus explaining how we can run descriptive analysis tests and unit root tests. First of all, we have to bring our data. For example, if you have your file ready on your computer, then easily we go here, then click open. My file, the name of my file on my desktop is Oxford Stata, then click enter. After that, we go to data editor to make sure that we have brought our data. Here you can see my data, which are prepared in order to find the potential determinants of investors' behavior. Here I talk about the Iraqi war and dividends policies. Actually here the period of my data is spans from 1990 till here we can see 2017. In order to achieve the purpose of this research, I collected monthly data from January till December, meaning that I'm going to cope with time series data. So when we cope with time series data, the first thing we have to do is to introduce our data to STATA software through telling the software that we are going to analyze time series data. First of all, we have to introduce our data by generating a new variable in order to transfer our variable to a numeric variable. I will call this variable MO, which is derived from month, since I'm dealing with monthly data, equal Y, which is the year, M, which is the month, then in the bracket year, month, then click enter. To make sure that this variable was created, we go to data editor, and here we can see our variable. After that, we click on the variable. I will drop this variable which was created before. Then we go to format variable. You have to give it a format. I will tell the software that I'm dealing with monthly data, and here are the format how you would like your variable to appear on the data editor screen. I will choose this option, then OK, and here you can see our numeric variable, which is span from January 1990 till December 2017. After that, we go to the result screen and telling the software that we are dealing with time series data through giving this command set, and the name of my variable is MO, then click enter. Here in this we have told the software that our time variable is more. This is the first step we have to do before we run our tests. Then we go to statistics in order to run the descriptive test, then summarize. After that, summary and descriptive statistics, then summary statistics. Here we have to choose the targeted variable. Here is my first variable, which is capitalization to GDP, then the general stock index, then the Iraqi war, which is a dummy variable. In my next videos I will explain how we could generate or build our dummy variables. Then earning per share, dividends yield ratio, then market to book value ratio, dividends as in GDP, and traded value, and here is the financial crisis, and here the capital gain, and here is the dummy variable, which is another dummy variable. Then click submit. Here we can see our results. This table explains our observation, which is 336 observation, and the mean of variables, standard deviation, as well as the minimum and maximum values. So if you would like to get additional statistics like sequence, kurtosis, easily we go to the same screen, then we click this option, display additional statistics. Before we just displayed the standard statistics. Then click submit, and here we can see additional statistics like observation, which we got before, mean, but our additional statistics are the sequence, here we can see, and kurtosis. Well, after that we will move to run the unit root test. Actually, when we deal with time series data, the time series data are vulnerable to change, which means to increase or decrease over time, and that will make the data unstable. So the best thing is to run the unit root test. So if we find our data are not stationary, then we have to move it to stationary. Actually, some researchers would like to run the regression test only through adding adding the first or second difference to the variable without running the other required test. Let us see here what researchers such as Jogarati says. The researcher indicates that solving the issue of non-stationarity in this method, which means just adding the difference to the regression, it's like throwing out the baby with the bath of water, meaning that if we run the regression test in this method, maybe we will lose any valuable long run correlation that may exist. So the best thing is to run the unit root test. We go to statistics, then time series variable, time series test, then we go to tests, Here we can see many tests in which we can use to run the unit root test. Actually, I would like to use the augmented decoupler test, which is the first pioneering in this field. And here we click on it, then we choose the variable. Let us start with market capitalization divided by GDP, and here we can see the options include trend, term and regression. I would choose this option since my variable includes a trend. Then we choose 5 flags. Actually, the STATA software is not like the EViews software. In the EViews software, you can use, or the number of flags will be chosen automatically. But in STATA, you have to enter it manually. Then click submit, and here we can see our results. The principle says that when the test statistics, which is that one, is less than their critical value, then we have to accept the null hypothesis, meaning that our variable includes a unit root. In other words, our variable is not stationary. And here we can see the p-value, which is more than the level of significance, meaning that we have to accept our null hypothesis, meaning that the variable is not stationary. So what we have to do now is to make our variable stationary. So we are going to eliminate the unit root through starting to add or to difference our variable. We go here, let us try the first difference, then click submit. Here we can see the value of t statistics became more than its critical value, which is 3 point. Here we have to treat it in its absolute value, which is meaning that we have to consider it plus 3.30 plus 3.427 instead of minus 3.427. Here we can see the value of test statistics is more than its critical value, meaning that we have to reject our null hypothesis, and we can make sure also from the number or the result of the p-value, which is less than the level of significance, meaning that we have to reject the null hypothesis, which signifies that the variable is not stationary, meaning that our variable became stationary and the unit root was eliminated. So we have to run this tests for the other variables. After that, we will move to run the Johansen test in order to check if there is a long-run co-integration between our examined variable. So in the coming video, I will explain how can we run the Johansen test. Thank you.